Hello, gamers one and all. Welcome back to another stream here on the UK Uni Valorant channel. I am going to be one of your casters today, Elixir, and I am joined by
RW Drain. Nice to see everyone join us for a nice evening of Uni Six-Mans. Not Six-Mans, 10-Mans. Sorry, I'm thinking of my usual game, Rocket League, but
no worries.
gonna have some entertaining games of Valorant tonight, so let's make sure we're all on the same page there, because clearly I wasn't.
But yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting things started real soon. We're going to be starting things off tonight on Haven, the map choice. And a new lineup from last time I was on the microphone. Not seeing any of these players before. Have you casted any of them before?
Just entered the screen, so I can't double check, but I think a few of them I've definitely seen around, at least in the server. I believe Spooky I've casted the game for. Looking down the list, Mathis, I've seen him play Sova before, done a decent job for himself using that agent. And the rest of them are a bit of a mystery to me. So two of them, I know I have experience of seeing play games on the server, on the stream.
Okay, I've definitely seen some of the names in other games, specifically Curio. Definitely watched him play against our uni in Overwatch many times. It'll be interesting to see what we see from everyone today.
Especially as now that the game's been out for a while now in terms of the closed beta, so plays are starting to come out, people are starting to understand the characters a little bit more, so definitely say a little bit more of a measured game from both sides, as long as both of them have the experience, especially on this triple plant map.
Yeah, very true. We saw some of the most one-sided stomps last time I was on the microphone on this map, having to defend B not just as a midpoint in order to gain ground, but also something that is actually a plant site. Definitely seemed to open things up between the level of experience between players.
You talked about stompings. Last week when I was casting on stream with Rook, I think we had two games going on Haven. One was 13-4, the other was 13-3.
Right.
It was a ridiculous stomp as we start this first pistol round. Looks like the attackers all moving in towards B side. There's a flash going in from McFett, but not quite in time as he goes down. Defenders down 5-4 in agents.
You can see they are trapped here on the pincer. They're not going to be able to commit to just one direction.
I have retrieved the spike.
It was a problem that Rook pointed out in terms of this map. It's very easy to push onto, but it's very hard to also keep. But at the moment, Xeno's proving it quite easy. 2 shots taking down defenders. Kexi joins in the play with Mathis going down. And there's the final kill as Snake, last one to fall. But it's first round going towards the attackers.
He was able to trade it out, but when you've got nothing else left in your inventory, you definitely don't want to be trading out your prized possession, that is your life. And interesting. Do you think they're going to go for the B plant again? Do you think we're going to be seeing a different plant site here on the second attack?
Well, at the moment, the way they're setting up, it seems like there's a focus for the A site. But they're using the quite common tactic I've seen on Haven of just piling up on one site. Just everyone go for it. And at the moment, it's a tactic that keeps working as you sort of set up as defenders as kind of conservative. You don't put all your money on one site. There's huge damage going in on Aliator. It's the defenders trying to keep this site safe as Snake gets a wall shot on Curio.
Definitely not what the team like, as we see. Another kill comes on the side of the defenders here. Snake makes the reposition, gonna go for the third, but drops to Aminus. And now a 3-2 scoreline here.
Patience coming from the attackers. Kexi just waits patiently, doesn't dive through the smoke. 2 agents apiece, 1 agent apiece. And that is the final kill. The defenders take this second round.
Very, very unfortunate there. From the unfortunate from the attackers there. Definitely caught with the hands in the cookie jar at the end. Probably wasn't expecting that fellow offense member to drop so suddenly. Although, unlike CSGO, you're able to stop planting in this game just if you hit that halfway progress. So maybe we're just a little bit overzealous in getting that spike planted.
In both games, you can.
Oh, is it the halfway point?
When you're diffusing it, the halfway point sort of acts as a checkpoint. So as soon as you get it there, it stays there. But again, every attacker hoping to press this C site. The Viper wall's gone down. Attackers have a blocked line of sight. They need to have patience for a moment.
And a bunch of kills coming out there on both sides, but it's going to, never mind, was favoring the attackers, but now the defenders once again.
Huge trades coming through, but it's just this Cypher Curio to go. He knows where one is. Does he know where the second is? Yes, he does. Can he find the angle? No, he can't. Peeking the wrong angle. Mathis takes down Curio. 2-1 for the defenders in the third round as we move on to the fourth. Look at the buys coming in.
And we are going to be seeing ultimates coming online very, very soon. You can see Mathis already has his charged and ready for this.
2 for the defenders already up, and I believe almost all the attackers have 1 ult ability point just almost at ultimate ready, and looks like a push towards B. The spike is heading towards one entrance. That could split off both ways, but they're going to the front door of B.
Nowhere to run.
Here comes the first ult, Sova. Can't seem to find the right spot to feel locations. Macfet goes down. Aliator, the rest of the attackers pushing in on the B site. Great peek from Kexi as he takes down Snake. There's a bit more trading going on. Mathis going down. The attackers have the upper hand. All there is this Sage. Spike is down. They need to plant. They have plenty of time on B side. It looks like for this occasion, B is a stronghold for the attackers. Not as easy to take as some of the defenders would have thought. Spooky waiting, gets a headshot. Great stuff for here. Peeking the site. Away from the smoke, just waiting patiently. Can't find an angle there as Curio peeks, gets the information, and gets the kill.
Even scoreline yet again here. And now, are they going to repeat the B-side offense? We haven't actually seen any of C so far, so interesting to see if they do make a decision. Going to see who's going to rotate back to pick up the spike. Alright, same as last round.
Push towards A seems to be the favorable fake. We have 3, well 2 with their eyes on A, 3 peeking towards B. Kexi takes one down. Moving away from the paint gaps. A site now cleared. Great stuff from Kexi pushing onto A site, calling in teammates. They rush on to get the plant. 5-3 lead in terms of kills. Looks like they'll have to wait. Coax in the defenders as they block off a lot of viewpoints. And leave only one site with one entrance with open view, and even then they got someone peeking. That Rise will know of whoever comes through. Recon bolt successful. They know someone's there. Tark goes down thanks to Xeno. Amulet's trying to open that entrance. And a flawless round from the attackers. That would be very useful.
Yeah, really not much the defenders could have done there. They were looking at such a rough numbers disadvantage, and with all of the extra sightlines that they could peek from getting cut off, really was just lambs to the slaughter there.
All credit to MVP Kexi for that round, taking A site comfortably, calling over his team.
He was able to do it without using any abilities, which is really, really good for that offensive economy.
I mean, pretty much no utilities. There was that one dash forward to avoid the Raze cluster bomb being caught in that, but other than that, just that's only an ability that costs 200 credits, so it's pretty much pocket change in terms of the grand scheme of this round.
Welcome to my world.
All right,
Kexi getting a refund. Great patience from the attackers. They're being very careful with how they peek. Very liberal, very patient. Zeno gets the information, gets the headshot. Snake goes down. It is a trade in the end. Mathis taking down Kexi as well. 2-on-1.
So hard for the defenders to try and change this over, as we've got the gas cloud up here. Viper very much playing in her snake pit. Gonna have to play this very, very slow.
He's heading into the cloud. Down onto 1 health. And that was it for the round. Round 6 going towards the attackers 4-2.
I really, really like the way that the offensive team are playing this. In some other maps, it's definitely very defensively favored. So what they're doing is they're just getting onto that point and making it their own territory, saying that we may have that red side of the scoreboard, but we are the defenders now. Come and play in our sand pit.
I think the defenders really need to just maybe hedge their bets on one side. They're all spread out. They can easily be picked off one by one, slowly but surely over a round. But as long as they keep themselves hidden, Snake takes down Kexi. Looking for another engage, picking up an ult point. Zeno taking down 1. That's a trade. 1-1 now. Patient play from both sides. They've both had casualties now. As Zeno makes it another casualty on Snake.
Well, they definitely knew he was there. Very few sightlines that you could pick off that information drone from, so they could pretty much reveal to himself from which site he was peeking. They're able to punish him for it.
Back in with the run it back. Takes down 1, takes down 2. We'll move back in a moment. The ult will run down. There it is. What a stylish way to win the round. With a great run it back play. 4-3.
At all. I like it though. You play with the confidence that you are unstoppable. Sometimes you don't need that insurance policy to carry you through. You can just drive headstrong.
I've got to be honest, Phoenix does have my favorite ult in the game so far.
Definitely. A little bit of bias, obviously. The country he represents being our very own.
We don't get much to celebrate here in England, so just give us this one thing. Come on, lads.
Nah, we have the best goat smash in Overwatch. All we got. Kexi once again.
B-side the next choice, but they're pushing past B towards C now. Spooky goes down, 5-3. Kexi moves in with the jet, starts blocking line of sight. Find an angle with the slow orb as well. Sending up another cloud. Snake needs to find a little bit more. As here comes Hunter's Fury. Trying to get visual. Seems like the shots just missed the wrong angles, but Snake takes down Kexi. No need for the ult.
Revealing area.
Recon bolt goes in. Sees 2. That's a perfect recon bolt. He has the information. He doesn't have the numbers. If his team stuck around just a moment longer, maybe we would see the round going in the opposite direction.
Very, very unfortunate there. As you can see, he did get 2. The only one he didn't scout out was the one to end his life. And maybe just a little bit antsy there on the side of the defense there, trying to make use of the information as soon as it came, rather than figuring out how they could put it to better utilization. And the question is, we've been seeing time after time, Kexi has been pretty much the entry fragger for this team, and the round that they did actually lose was the one where he was picked off first. Do you think they've been relying on the Jet player to get things started as a wallbang comes through in there?
Well, Jet is designed to be that entry fragger kind of character. I mean, it takes a little bit after Overwatch with having sort of classes in a way. You know,
Cage triggered.
but we have the same sort of situation. We have controllers, duelists, and Jet being a duelist, that's basically the fragger. That's the person that dives in, and that's what Jet's designed to do. So Kexy's basically using Jet to maximum potential at the moment. Amethyst this round, helping out the team. Mathis taking down 2 before being taken down himself. But the attackers going all out, 6-3, the current lead. Move on to round 10.
And to be honest, I would like to see the defenders stop sending one person down to C. I would like to see a little bit of a rotation in the way they do things, maybe fortifying that B defense, going 3-2. And if we do see a plant at C, then they make adjustments accordingly, because them splitting their forces 3 ways definitely meant that we've had a late rotation when they're trying to even up the numbers. And especially when you've been getting entry fragged every single time, you definitely want a little bit of fortification, as we see the Jade rotating background towards B.
Spicy shot from Snake. You know, I think it's not as much as the placement. I feel like it's more the placement. The places where they sort of sit around and decide, you know what, this is this place I'm gonna sit and get ready to peak. I feel like they need to be in more areas that connect elsewhere to make sure they can move quickly on the rotation as well, like you said. But at the moment, if like I said, if you kind of like spread out like they do to sort of set themselves up, I mean, they're 1 to each gate.
Smoke's down.
Yeah. I would personally think that maybe when you're on B, push yourself onto a little bit more of a side towards C.
You can sort of see it just on the map, like how much that sort of flashlight information gets covered there. You can see the red team just picking up so much of the map information just being spread between the team, whereas it's very, very thin and focused on the side of the defense. They drop another body off the point. 25 seconds here left to go.
3 versus 4, thanks to the Sage ult, resurrecting one team. MacFet going through with a kill, 3-2, time ticking down. The spike is down. The attackers need to pick up that spike and plant it. As they do, Curio is putting it down, but gets shot for his efforts. Time running out. This will be the defenders. As the time expires. But Amethyst getting revenge, taking down the rest of the team, and that will hurt the economy for the defenders.
You know, I definitely like still playing it out after the round was taken. Now that you know that the round is effectively lost, definitely no harm in trying to trade out at the end. I like that the defenders were able to slow this down, though. We didn't see the offensive presence that we saw from our attackers that we've seen in the previous rounds, where they bulldozed onto a point and steamrolled.
I think it's a bit of a statement, especially on Haven. I think that's the only time I've ever seen the timer expire on any map in terms of the games I've casted.
Yeah,
Even playing it feels like a rare occurrence at the moment.
It's interesting that that goes hand in hand with the first time that we've seen the offensive side attempt to plant at C. Maybe a little bit of unfamiliarity with the offensive approach.
Oh!
Huge
Mathis,
double
great ult. That was definitely a showstopper as 2 goes down, 2 go down, last one taken. Tar gets 3 kills in the round.
Maybe it was the momentum we needed from the side of the defense. Get a solid smother there on one of the rounds to shut them down completely, let the timer run out, and answer back aggressively in the next round, saying that we don't care that you messed up our economy, we're just going to come in all guns blazing.
Well, last round before the swap, so get your wallets out now. You might as well go all out on your spending. Get a few orbs, get a few vandals.
It'll be interesting to see if they try and shut down Mathis early, as he did make the playmaker setup there.
Ooh. A battle of the Orps. Aliator wins out there.
I'm sure Obi-Wan would be proud with the positioning.
Four to 4, but Tar's getting a heal now. 4-3. Aminus taking down Snake with the Vandal. Patient play from the defenders, but is this what they need right now? Is all the attackers pushed towards A? No one moving towards that A site. They'll wait to hear the planting sound as it is going down. And only now do they realize this is important. Now the attackers have time to set themselves up. Block entrances, find a line of sight. Defenders approaching from back of sight. Macfell takes one down, Spooky takes down another. 2 versus 3 now. The defenders could take this back to have a tied game. As we head into the next half. The fuse coming through, the attackers and they defend the site. Aliator can't defend it. Goes down. The 12th round means that we split the first half of the game, and what a match we finally are going into. We do not have a stomp anymore. We have evenly matched teams.
Yeah, definitely what you like to see. It's very important, not only just for the scoreboard, keeping effectively the first half just out of the window. I think it's very important for the mindset there of the defensive team that they go in off of a couple, like 3 straight wins. So they've got that momentum going into their first attack.
Now it's time to see how people feel about switching perspectives.
You can sort of see what halves the teams were sort of ready for. You can see Curio setting up with a trap-based character. Didn't get a crazy amount done. You can see trailing the scoreboard there on the offense. But this is where I think his character is definitely going to shine.
Waiting for a Roomba to come through that door, I think.
He's going to be finding some contact very, very soon.
Found my wire.
Oh, the distraction works though. Find the wire, takes down 2. Curio absolutely popping off with the shorty. Now defenders wait on C site. Attackers looking to push, but they can't find a way through. Kexi looking for a little bit of a backstab here. Waits a moment, gets shot for their efforts. Aliator, their turn now, gets the kill instead. The spike carrier comes through. Snake the Sova wins out the gunfight. 50 seconds. He's plenty of time to rotate, and that's what he's doing, heading towards A site, the opposite end of the playground.
I think this is...
Just realized, though.
It's both smart and foolish. Like, I think definitely the smartest players, obviously, once you've dropped everyone, you are forced into that 1v3 situation. You want to get as far away from them as possible. I think the defender should have seen that coming and maybe made the rotation early rather than allowing him to get so far into the map uncontested.
Curio waiting patiently, finding an angle. One Sage coming in from heaven. Snake knows this. Snake hears it. They see the opposing numbers. Seem to understand his positioning. The defuse comes through. And the defenders, after having such a whimpering end to the last half, take the first round on their defense.
Definitely good positioning there as they brought in all 3 members. Definitely with a pistol, you're not going to be able to drop all 3 of them that fast, especially if you miss the first couple of shots.
There was part of me that really hoped they would just unlock Red Dead Eye and just sort of pick them off one by one in an instant. Be claims of hacks, but it'll be rather a satisfying end to the round, actually.
Very, very nice. I mean, I am no stranger to seeing the Sova make a pop-off play to carry the team.
Look at this, different setup from this defensive side. Kexi takes one down. Seem to realize the push towards A is coming through. Kexi going down. Xeno taking 2, though. 4v2 as the spike carrier is down. The defender's in a perfect situation here.
I was going to criticize Kexi for not being able to make use of that slow field that was put down by the Jade, but she got enough. There was enough spray down that meant easy pickoffs there for the Jade of Zeno. Give them a very, very good body advantage.
Something that we missed slightly. MacFet putting down that blaze. Blocks line of sight. Easy way of getting the spike back. Attackers have possession again. But where will they push? Will they look to will they look to pick off 4 attackers, or will they look for a plant? It's a tough situation on Haven, especially as the defenders seem to have quite a stronghold on multiple sites.
Yeah, and this is where the character picks have really come through for the defensive side. Curio being able to basically just solo hold a point. As he rotates out, he's given a decent amount of information here for the C site as the defenders go to reclaim it.
There we go. Curio's pick paying off.
And it was honestly a good rotation from the offense. They picked the site well, in my opinion. I definitely think the C side was a good option, but Curio was just able to rotate out of there so fast to make sure that they didn't even up the numbers as they came in for the plant. I will say, looking at the scoreboard, it's so very weird to see that you can see the egg timer as one of the rounds. Not just going between kills and diffusers. There was indeed a timer.
I've quite literally never seen the egg timer in Valorant before.
Yeah. First time for everything here on the UK Valorant Twitch. Zeno picks up an entry kill here.
AWP missing for Aviator. And another AWP miss. The Vandals coming through.
Definitely not what they wanted there on the side of the defense. Definitely putting a couple of too many eggs in one basket and dropping it.
Now the attack is putting focus on the B site. Amnes looking for position. What a play! What a play this is from Amnes. Takes down 3. Only 1 left. There it is. Incredible stuff from Amnes. 4 kills in the round. Quite literally saving it for the defenders, as the plant was almost complete.
The AWP might not have been able to make use of the boost, but Amnes certainly was able to immediate value from that jump up to the high ground. The smile on the faces of the defense for sure as they go up 3 rounds now. No successful offenses.
That's one of the best plays I've seen so far in Valorant.
And they're going to opt for it again. I'm sure Aviator hoping to get slightly more value this time. Kexi
picking off 1, getting away, has the information for the rest of his team. Jet gone down after the ult was turned on. As the defenders push, the defenders are forced to put pressure on this A site. Roomba down. Push towards the attackers. Doesn't seem to be effective though. 4-3. Here's a showstopper. Coming down from the sky.
Really unfortunate there.
Quite the antithesis of what we saw from Amnes the last round. Shots missing. Play not quite working out. But the defenders will quite happily defuse the spike and take round 16.
Definitely gone from a round that you would want to clip to one that Snake is desperately hoping the observer wasn't following his line of sight.
Unfortunately, the casters see everything. And we shall mock you for it in general chat afterwards. Again, this setup from the defenders, 2-2-1. Cypher now, Curio splitting off for a moment, seems to be setting up and prepping the C site to make sure you can get a location. There we go. There goes a camera. Planted on the C entrance. Run it back going through.
Just definitely putting a statement on that. They've gone for the boost with the AWP every single time and been able to find little to no value. And once again, just putting that strategy to bed as they constantly beat their heads against the wall with the opening defense.
Amnes Amethyst taking down Spooky with the Roomba. Curio goes down. Curio takes out MacFair. Amethyst takes down Tar. Cypher Camera picks up movement. Curio knows the information, shares it with the team, and Mathis takes down the last. Mathis has been taken down by Amethyst, his opposing number. And again, the defenders, they are starting to run away with this half. They need 2 more wins to take the game.
That said, we did see a little bit of a slow start from our current offense when they were playing the defense side.
True.
So, you know, maybe they just need to have their backs pressed against the wall so they can get that boosted start.
Get that adrenaline. Get it pumping. Curio once again going for the same setup. Alliator putting up vision blocking Venom Wall. Maybe not quite positioning he would have wanted. Mathis puts down a Roomba. Target acquired. Can't find the kill though. Alliator popping off with the orb. He takes down a third notch on the belt for this round. And a flawless round for the defenders. 1 more to go. 12-6 is the scoreline. What started off as a fairly even matchup, it seems like the defenders have done their homework on Haven and look to take this match home.
And I guess it's sort of we're starting to see a little bit of a skill disparity between the group. We saw it early on in the map, but as both teams warmed up, they were able to have a couple of clutch plays that evened things out. But you can just see how comfortable the defense are on this 3-plant map. And I'm sure Alienator is very, very happy that they're able to pick up 3 in that previous round after we have noted a distinct lack of presence on the left side of the kill feed during their opening boost setup.
Owl drone destroyed. So looks like the attackers have chosen their site. Kexi goes down. 4-4. Tar looking to plant some smokes using Brimstone. Blocks out Heaven. Still has a disparity. 5-3 in favors of defenders. Need to look for a few picks. Entrances come clear again. Another one comes down. The showstopper takes down only one. And there it is. Spike is about to be defused. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost elementary. It is elementary. 13-6. The current defenders take the game.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff from them. Really just putting on a masterclass of how to shut down a less flexible offense. But I did like credit where credit's due. I think the third, that final offense was actually probably one of their better ones. You saw they were able to get set up quite quickly, and they did take decent positions considering they were playing from a deficit. Unfortunately, though, once that Raze ult was active, putting your back against the wall means that the accuracy required in order to drop you isn't necessarily as high. And you saw immediately the player standing in the corner, which is blown like into the next game. So it becomes a mind game of, do you want to play with conventional defensive positions, or are you going to try and go for something a little bit wacky and wild in order to throw off your opponents who are definitely looking to be more well-versed in the common placings or positionings on the map?
Yeah, I was thinking that this, in terms of mechanical skill, these two teams had pretty evenly matched. There were some quite good picks, quite good shots being pulled off by both sides. It just seemed like the teams do their homework in terms of, especially Curio, credit to him. When it came to the defensive side, he put down the Cypher cameras in the right spots, set down the tripwires in the right spots, knew how to get the information, and performed quite well on the defending side. So credit to that side of things. It seems to be a positional disparity in terms of these two teams, and that's why it went the way it did. I mean, think the Curio's team just understood Haven in terms of a defensive manner and understood it in an attacking way enough to get the 6 rounds needed in the previous half.
Yeah, I think it also comes down to just composition wise. If you look at the setup between both characters, there's a lot of uh area denial, defensive area denial that you see on the red team compared to the sort of like offensively solo play based characters that we see on on the Cyan team. Curio, like we highlighted him so many times, time and time after again, his ability to just lock down a single point by himself, take those 1v1s on defense, or at the very least give information for his team, was just completely not present on the side of the Cyan team. As much as we saw Sova attempt to get vision for his team, maybe just some unfortunate aim wasn't able to get nearly as much value. We had someone join. Is that an interview?
I think we've had Aliator dragged in.
All right. Hello, good sir. How are you doing today?
Hello.
You have been nominated.
Yeah, I dragged in against my will.
I was about to say, you seem a bit surprised to be in the casting room.
Walked into your home with the microphone. How'd that game go for you overall?
Really well, yeah. Our team were really solid. Amazing defense, really. Can't really say much else. I mean, we strategized beforehand when we were waiting for the queue. Everything went exactly to plan, so can't ask anything else.
Yeah, we definitely saw you went for the boost setup quite a few times on that B defense. Didn't get anything done. Any reason for that, you think, or do you think that's solely down to you?
A lot of teams like pushing mid through window. They like double peeking it. It's a way to deal with it. I mean, normally if it gets countered easily, we stop doing it. And after a couple of rounds, when I got killed, one of the rounds, we stopped doing that because obviously they knew what we're up to at that point. But it's a good strat if you want to catch them off guard.
I've been asking people this pretty much every single time that we've had them in. What made you gravitate towards Viper for this particular match?
Well, I'm really a Viper main. I posted a wall on Reddit a while back, which got pretty popular, and I've spent about 40 hours in private games coming up with different walls and things. So I don't get to use them as much in a pug like this, but they're so valuable, so valuable to a team, especially like taking sites and stuff, especially for Haven as well, which really plays into those executes.
Do you think we'll be seeing more of the Viper if you were to switch onto a different map?
I mean, without having, knowing people beforehand and going over executes, Viper can really mess up like a site push, because if they don't know where the wall's coming up, your team can kind of get screwed from your own wall, really. So I think you'll see less Viper walls and Viper executes and stuff with a team that have just been pushed together and sent off to play a game. But if you have a team that know each other well and really familiar with each other, if you pick any map, I think her walls can be utilized incredibly, and you should see them pretty much every round for an execute.
Okay, last question before we let you go back to the game. If people are interested in following you on various socials, is there anywhere people can track you down, find out maybe some more of those Viper walls as you come up with them?
I don't really have many socials, unfortunately. My YouTube, I've been asked to make a YouTube channel and a YouTube video. It's, I think, Aliator or Aliator Fate, I'm not sure. One of the two, but it should be the same photo as I've you won't be able to tell. It just has Aliator or whatever. But I should be coming up with a YouTube video soon, if I can get around to it. I haven't really got much video editing skills, but if you want to see the wall on Reddit, you can sort by top of all time, and you should be able to find it. My username is really cringy. It's the Lord of Hell 34. If you want to look me up on Reddit, you can find me under that name. I hate saying it out loud, but if you want to find that wall and you want, and hopefully I post some things in the future. If you want to see those, feel free to follow me there.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll let you return to the Hellfire. Thanks for this
Thank you.
impromptu interview.
It's no worries at all.
All right. Catch you later.
See you, man.